Ba-dum bum bum bum. Slap back, chat Frat. Slap back, chat Frat. Slap back, Charlie Frat. Slap back, Charlie Frat. Slap back.
Hi and welcome back to Slapback Chat Frat. This week's guests / hosts have returned once more. Here they are.
What's up?
How goes it? So we got the best four in tonight, haven't we? The only good four. The four people in this podcast. The best four people. The only four people that ever do it. The best four. No one is missing, and we've got everyone present, so it's good.
Let's be brutally honest. We're missing a bit of.
We're hurting, aren't we?
We're missing a bit of glamour.
We're missing our star player.
You got your rough stuff, boys.
Yeah.
We're missing the Queen of Sheba.
Where's Wayne Rooney?
Or, like every episode without him.
Got your journeyman.
Every episode without him, I just spend all my time longing to know the stories. What's he been up to? What's he been doing? Where has he been?
Because he lives in a different world to everyone else, doesn't he? He's got his he lives in an Ollie world where strange things happen, kind of as part of the course.
It's like having a friend that's in their own sitcom that they are the star of.
Yeah, he's in the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Except, but we get to kind of hear.
We can watch it. We can watch it online. You can.
Yes,
see...
you can subscribe to some aspects of it, can't you?
But you can't see the whole thing.
And occasionally you can, go and see him and guest star in it. And,
yeah.
And and then you have to retreat because it's quite a lot.
How do you get premium access to Dick TV?
Well,
you've got to take the hit of moving into his house.
It will take a personal toll on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more than $9.99 a month. I'll tell you that for free.
How many years does it take off your life?
I would love if he started advertising for housemates, not as a room in the house, but sign up for premium Dickie Plus.
Live 24 access.
Not including bills, and you get 100% 24/7 Dickie.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be...
You get a front row seat to the best show in town.
Whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
24/7. Live action.
Yeah.
Now,
you get featured in 2 stories a month. You get 1 grid post, and you get a merchandise offering.
You get 2 subplots a week, and you get 1 main story a month where you are the featured character, and Dickie Fontaine acts as a kind of spin-off, kind of peripheral to your main story. But you're guaranteed those two subplots at least.
Oh, I think I would love to. I'd love to get a GoPro on him, like a lot of like a sort of they have those they have those like cameras that they attach to animals like dogs or like bees or whatever, and you get this like POV. Yeah, like anything. Yeah, like rats exactly. That same technology, we need to reapply that to Ollie in some way. Get like a POV live 24/7 cam.
I thought you meant like get a rat attached to it.
Oh yeah, attached. Yeah.
Yeah, attach the camera to a rat, and the rat attaches to Ollie.
Get a
because he likes trucker caps. He could have a kind of Ratatouille situation going on.
Solo. Do a solo.
The rat is only. You pull left on his hair for guitar solo, and right to roll
tobacco.
A cigarette.
Yeah.
What a time.
Anyway,
He's not even here, and all we're doing is talking about
it.
Longing for him, aching.
Ratatouille.
I've got a question for everyone. Okay, so I'm going to tell a story.
Is it a question you don't know the answer to, or you do know the answer?
No, I don't know the answer. So I'm going to ask for your experiences. So I had an experience recently where I should have done more preparation for something. And someone came to see me, a student came to see me to ask about the options that they were going to take in year 2 and 3. So I'm a new lecturer. I haven't been doing it very long, I don't really know anything about what they do in years 2 and 3. Probably should have researched that, but I thought I'll just have a quick flick through the handbook, and I'm sure I could probably style it out. And she was asking very specific questions about the content of certain modules, and I realised pretty quickly that I was in deep water, and I tried my best to kind of style it out and kind of make some informed guesses about what those things might be. And she left by saying, well, thanks, I guess.
Yeah, I get that when I sleep with people.
Yeah.
So my question to you, this is a bit of a put you on the spot thing, but have you, about situations where you've had to absolutely bluff your way through them, and have you succeeded, or did you get called out on the fact that you were kind of bluffing and just kind of trying to kind of style your way through a situation?
I had a job interview during COVID for working for like an
NASA.
working for NASA. And they were like working for like an auction house, and it was like a minimum paid job, basically described as like person to move shit around. And I got into the interview and I got this like, I went in with about zero preparation because I figured it was like just a man required, or woman.
Not even a bargain hunt marathon.
Yeah, and they're like, so what's your interest in this area? And I was just like, I don't know. I have no interest.
Is it getting paid for doing something?
Yeah, is it just doing work for money?
Yeah, I like money for rent.
Yeah. So yeah, I love it when they want you to like have so much more interest in the vocation than is worth the money of the job.
Yeah, it's strange that it's not socially acceptable to just say I would like a job for money so that I can buy things. Is that I will do the job
badly,
but I need the money.
but I can't stress this enough.
Money is a deal.
I don't want to do the job. I don't like the job, but here we are.
Yeah,
I'll do it. You pay me the money. That's it.
Yeah, it costs £15 an hour for my interest. Hello.
Oh, you're.
Hi.
Hi.
I'd like to introduce my new housemate. This is Mario.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Mario.
This
How you
is,
doing?
in the
Hi,
cream chinos, that's Joe.
Khaki.
Under the spotlight is Russ, and man in the corner of the screen, that is Dan.
Hi guys. I
Hello.
don't remember your name.
Very nice to meet you.
Very
That
nice.
Very
is-
nice to meet you. Sorry for making too much noise.
dressing gown.
And will you be
Yeah,
with us for the next hour?
What?
Will you be with us for the next hour?
I don't think so. It's too much, but I can stay.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
A couple of minutes is more than enough, to be honest.
Here and everything.
Oh, say again.
You're inviting these guys to Bristol. God, you should have run this by me.
No, we could do a live one of these at some point for sure.
Absolutely.
In person.
Yeah. For a select audience of
1-to-1, isn't it?
5 to 1.
Are we not live now? Are you pre-recorded, Russ?
Yeah, this is. I did this yesterday, and this is a video. It's really well timed, but I hope it's coming off.
Nailed it.
How often you have the podcast?
Well, not as often as Dan would like.
Yeah, about
Maybe like
once a blue moon.
once a blue moon. Yeah, like every month or so. Yeah.
Okay.
When we get it organised and get everybody's diaries aligned, and even when we do get everyone's diaries aligned, some people don't make it.
Not everyone turns up.
Our star man is missing, unfortunately. But you'll get to meet him another time.
Yeah, the best
Have
of
you
the
got
best.
like a name for podcast or?
Have we got a name for the podcast? It's the Dickie Fontaine Retrospect Podcast Association.
That's who we're missing. It's Slap Black Chat Frat.
I understand nothing.
Wow, yeah, I mean, you and me both.
Yeah, you're our entire demographic.
You're better off out of it. To be.
It's too English.
It is quite English.
It's more Cornish, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's quite Cornish, actually, yeah.
Sometimes we touch on other cultures, but
Very
it's normally in quite a vulgar and stereotypical way.
Yeah, we did.
In fact, that's in our remit. If we're gonna talk about other cultures, we're not gonna do justice to them.
Italy has formally banned us from entering the country after we talked a lot about Italians and boobs.
Il Bambino, was it? I can't remember.
Yeah. I mean, we do love Italy.
It was the mafia.
Yeah, we talk about the mafia.
Oh.
Go down very well. So
We don't have mafia in Greece, so you can talk about Greece.
okay, well, what kind of, I don't know, what would we talk about if we were talking Greek matters? What's like some funny
Hot
things
topics.
about
Hot topic. What's the hot topic in Greece?
inspire our creativity?
I don't know, just Greeks that are really loud.
Loud.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. We can
We
work with
love
that.
loud. We can work with loud. Yeah, we can work with loud.
Who's a famous Greek person?
Fit well with English people because English people are really loud.
Yeah.
No offense.
Boo! Get out!
Both they like to drink, they like to be out.
Yeah, no, that's true.
English people or Greek people?
This is English.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We're getting slaughtered.
Both, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But English people are not rude. Greek people are really rude.
Okay, we'll do a bit on Greece now, and then you can watch it later and see what you think.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be strict. Don't worry.
Okay.
So I'm going to meet. I have a really important task.
Mario's got a scarf that she needs to knit. So,
Ooh, very nice.
Fair enough.
Well,
Fair enough.
we can check in next week or next time and see how this scarf's getting on.
Yeah, scarf update. Is the scarf for you or
This is a problem.
is the scarf for you or for someone else?
Sorry?
Is the scarf for you or for someone else?
Hopefully for me, but I'm just... The stitch is really hard, so I'm just going around with two balls with yarn and I'm pretending that I'm knitting without result.
Have you tried just knots?
What?
Like a knot? Have you seen a knot?
This is
Like a knot?
no.
Oh,
What about lots of knots together? Sort of like a knot scarf.
No, thank you.
And then
Another challenge.
Well,
Anyway.
Well, we hope you'll come back next time, and you could be our weekly
yeah.
guest. Oh,
Greek cross
What
button.
time is the next time? When is the next
Mm.
time?
Oh, well,
we don't know. We'll get you on the
Three months.
WhatsApp group.
yeah, we're like guerrilla podcasters.
I'm next door anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
okay. Yeah, you can
Okay,
probably
well-
hear it.
We'll knock. We'll knock.
Bye, guys.
Nice to meet you.
Fun.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Talk for football and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, we will. We talk a lot about football, don't we, guys?
We do football and stuff.
Foosball. Nice to have a guest star.
Definitely.
And what I like is that instead of offending another nation, we've brought another nation in. We've included them.
Yes.
And as part of our fabric of our, that's like a shield around us. Perhaps if we get someone from every country in our inner circle, we can be as racist about all of them as we want, because the shield of safety of others from other cultures.
This is reconciliatory, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a
turning point for us, isn't it?
This is kind of what do they call it? Re-education. I think
Mm.
we'll have to undergo a program of re-education where we have a different guest star from each nation that we've offended. Italy next week, obviously.
Yes, yes.
So back onto I want to hear Dave and because I'm sure you've got good answers for times where you've had to bluff your way through, and if you've succeeded or been called out on it.
Have you got any, Russ?
Feels like every day. That's my
And you never get caught out.
default setting. Do I get caught out? I mean, bear in mind.
For example, has a client ever said to you, "Have you read my draft of my new script?" And you've been like, really?
Ooh,
So good.
That's
good.
That is a good one.
The middle and the end.
No, what I have done, I think, it's difficult because I've definitely said that I've seen things or I know people whom I don't know and things I haven't seen. So I've definitely done that. But normally it's a calculated risk of I know enough about the person or the thing that I could say that that's happened. It's more of a stretch than an outright lie. But yeah, I've seen it happen where said they've seen a thing and then somebody's asked them follow-up questions and they haven't seen the thing, and that's a really embarrassing
That's the worst.
starting point.
Worst.
Talking to the person who gave a masterclass for branding for women in journalism but a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
so,
we were talking about
Come on,
that. How
tell
did
us.
that go? Yes, fill us
And
in.
what a booking.
Well,
Did the chat GPT help? Did that help you at all?
Did you start off with the dictionary definition of a woman?
It was woman. I used your advice. Started off with woman, which got me into trouble actually. The dictionary definition.
Yeah,
of woman.
right.
Yeah, you don't want to go near that these days. You don't want to.
And then branding. No, that was different because I was given the questions in advance, so I knew what I was saying. I mean,
You knew you were talking about marketing, not like a hot piece of metal.
I was given a steer on that one, but
Good, yeah, that's good. Just to
no, I think that
Oh,
We've lost you.
Oh, that's a great
Is,
freeze moment now.
oh dear.
who's frozen.
Oh, he's back.
You're back. We're back, Russ. It's you.
Oh no, he's. We lost there, Russ.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say it's sort of 80% of my job is doing that. So it's difficult to pick out any individual moments. If I'm honest with you, it feels like a regular occurrence.
But was that something you were? Was that something you kind of were comfortable with at the start of the job, or was that something you became like encultured to?
It was. It was probably my first boss was really into that way of working, the sort of exaggerating and the art of suggesting things, and I don't know, leaving out certain key pieces of information and knowledge to make people to lead to believe certain things. So I think it probably was a part of that, and then I don't think I objected, and that does seem to be the modus operandi of the show business world. Well, I think most people know that a bit. I don't know, Dave, have you ever told somebody something and then been absolutely caught out immediately? I think that's the worst. If you get caught out 6 months down. Sorry?
Say again, Dave.
One.
I didn't catch what you said.
I said apart from about the size of my knob.
Yeah, that's a tricky one to.
It's quite an easy one to verify as well.
Yeah.
Caught out immediately.
Yeah. Your audio's gone funny, Dave. Yeah. That's better. Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Right?
that's okay.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all right.
It's revived itself.
Well, as you know, I am very into honesty, authenticity. So it would be somewhat incongruous of me to bullshit. So I haven't really got. I'm sure there are plenty of examples. I can't think of any one now, but I can. You made me think of a situation I found myself in whilst working for Ginsters, and as I believe we all know, a shift at Ginsters is a painful, long experience. 12 hours of packing pasties into boxes.
It's a fucking privilege. I won't.
Why don't you go back there? So I was on a conveyor with, I don't know if you remember or you had this while you were there. There was a definite divide between the kind of seasonal workers and the kind of hardcore permanents, and they didn't like us very much. And I ended up on a conveyor with 5 permanent workers who really weren't interested in speaking to me at all. So desperate to pass the time, just, you know, however possible, I decided to carry out a bit of a social experiment, which I believe rings very true. And that is that everybody has something that they are an expert on. And if you can find that thing, then you can, you know, they will light up and they will talk and talk and talk. So it was just a question of like identifying the subject that I could kind of elicit a conversation from. I think it was
pasties.
I think it was. Oh, no, it wasn't pasties. They were that bad. I think it was bell ringing. I think it was campanology.
How did you get to that though? Did you just go like balls, dogs, trains, cars, lights, bells?
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding,
No,
ding, ding.
just picked up from, because, you know, like they were very much talking to each other and not talking to me. And anytime I said anything, it was just, you know, blanked. So I thought rather than like trying to, you know, start something or kind of talk about, like, basically just kind of jumped into the conversation and basically just made, oh, come on, I've always been fascinated by campanology, always like the sound of the bells. It's such an amazing talent, you know, how do you do it? And totally got this guy to just unload all of his expertise and passion about the wonderful world of bell ringing. And just chiseled away a bit of time from the shift. So not so much being caught out as bullshitting, but I suppose feigning interest in something which I had
to pass the time.
Now, I mean, that's a good one. Now I think about it, I think I've learned from experience. I think early on, I definitely in job interviews lied very clearly and was caught out quickly. And the one I'm thinking about is I was a job interview for the Pleasance Theatre, right, which is a theatre place, and I'd gone for a job as some sort of marketing guy or whatever. And during the interview, the guy said to me, "Are you familiar with Microsoft something?" And it's like a package for designing things. I don't even know what it would be. Microsoft, like, I don't know.
Word?
Paint.
I'm familiar with 2 Microsoft applications only. And he said a third one. And just very quickly, I went, yeah, I'm familiar with that. And he said, that's great, because do you think you could design us like a sort of test brochure, you know, just like 4 or 5 pages? I was like,
yeah, that would be great.
I mean, it would be strange if I said no.
Because I've just freely admitted I'm very familiar with the package. I use it all the time. And then I left the interview and I was like, I can't even email that guy back again. That's the end of that conversation. That's done.
So he wanted you to do it there and then?
No, he didn't. He wanted me to go away and do it. And as I was leaving the building, I thought, so can I download this thing, learn how to do it, get back, how many days would I need? 3 days maybe would be a reasonable time for me to turn this round. And I continued walking. I was like, nah, that's the end of that.
You absolutely should have sent back something you'd done on Word. You know, like Word has those kind of those groovy kind of fonts, you know, shadows and stuff.
or on paint with
you
mouse, like smiley face.
You should have put a background, you know, where it kind of fades from one color to another, because you can do that on Word, and just done like 6 different fonts for different sentences, like
having fun.
Like, Comic Sans, you know, next font, and just tried to, you know, add a couple of crudely cropped kind of pictures, like low resolution pictures, obviously taken from the internet.
I was thinking about it, and the worst thing was, as soon as I'd said that, he goes to me, "Yeah, are you familiar with this?" Yeah, it really like narrowed and ended the interview. He was like, "That's great, brilliant. Okay, well, you just work us up a package. We'll check in on Monday, and then we'll continue." And then the cogs were whirring. I was like, I cannot. Can I do this? Could I? And yeah, I just sacked it off. I was like, oh, fuck that. I don't think I ever got back to him.
What? So
that was a lesson of don't say you can do something you can't do.
I had that in a job interview, but I just freely admitted I couldn't do it. So I had a job interview, which I got offered the job. I have not. I mean, I'm not saying this like with false modesty when you hear the story, but everyone else must have been absolutely shocking, because I got offered the job and I turned it down. But part of the job interview was a series of tests on different kind of research methods, and I only used kind of 3 or 4 kind of primarily, and they're all kind of qualitative. And this was like a series of predominantly kind of statistics and advanced statistics based questions, and they gave you like 15 minutes to complete it, and I just wrote under. I had a stab at some of them, and under most of the others I just wrote, I don't know how to do this.
I am a fish.
I am a fish. The Terry Roach special, yeah.
So I just, because I didn't know. I thought there's absolutely there's no getting away from the fact I don't know how to do this. And then they, and then they said, do you want the job? And I said, I don't think that would be a good idea.
What you should have done is you should have just done anything really confidently. Just whatever you felt like. Just draw a little picture of a cat. Thumbs up.
Yeah, well, as my dad says, bullshit baffles brains.
Yeah.
Yes. If you've got enough talk. Have any of you guys seen the clip of it's on BBC News where a guy, he's like a talking head, is interviewed in the studio to talk about the impact of, I think it was something to do with the internet. I can't remember exactly, maybe like downloads or whatever. And he was not the guy. He was not the expert. Yeah. He was there for a job interview.
Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? That's so good.
And he kind of goes like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
But he still answered.
He styled it out. He did style it out.
And if you watch it, the stuff that he says is actually really sensible and like proved to be like quite prophetic in what he was saying. Absolutely nailed it. But there is a moment where he realizes that they think that he is an expert on this subject, and his face kind of makes this like almost like pop. He's kind of
where the penny drops that he's on live TV and being like, as an expert on the Middle East, or it's like,
yeah, it's so good, isn't it? It's so funny.
You want me to be an expert? I'll be an expert on it. Middle East. It's in the middle of the East.
It's quite a sensitive subject. What are your views on how to resolve the issues? Ooh.
Speaking of interviews, I'm sure we must have covered this before. But so Dan, you've told the story of the interview where you went to be employed at the auction house, and they basically said, "What's your interest in auctions?" And you went, "Oh, no."
Wait 1 sec.
What's I'm pretty sure this has been covered at least in part before, because I remember Dan's story, amazing story about the going for a job at God TV. What's the worst interview you've done, Russ? That I thought Russ's was going to be worse because I thought they were going to
in the room.
So like, okay, sit down and have a go, and just knock up a quick flyer, which would have been
excruciating. Yeah, I got to leave the room. Worst ever interview. I mean, I think I've referenced it before. My Dog Walls theme park interview was quite bad. That took a turn for the worst, and it was for exactly the same reason again.
What they asked you to design a flyer on that and you don't know.
I said, 10 years later, I was like, I really should have learned how to use that Microsoft package.
Do you know how to drive a miniature train?
Yes. Yeah. What's your
yeah.
views on
No, the
Mr.
guy
Blobby?
The guy said to me, "Have you ever worked with children before?" And I
Oh
said,
yeah. I got a right reputation for children.
Too enthusiastically, yes.
I think that's it. Knowing that I hadn't ever worked with children before and thinking it might be a weak link, a chink in my armour, I perhaps went too far the other way to suggest really a safe hands with children, and started saying that I've been babysitting my friends' kids for a few years, and
I
and then
love
he was
it.
going, God,
They don't mind. But,
Yeah, so, sometimes
they don't ask me. And then he was saying, but they can be right little shits, can't they? And I said, I love them. I think they're great, good as gold. And it was like, I was just walking along a tightrope without any knowledge of how to tightrope walk.
Did you at any point say, the thing is, I believe that children are the future?
I should have done. No, I just really enthused about how I like children, and sadly didn't get the job. I
mean, probably quite wise. You don't want somebody who likes kids too much.
No. I just really liked the theme park. The truth of it was, I really liked Dobble's theme park, and I really wanted a job
love that. That's a good. You know what? If you'd have been honest and said,
fucking love trains.
I could give, I could take or leave kids. It's, some are nice, some are not nice. Yeah. That's but I love this theme park.
Passion.
It's a great theme park.
Yeah.
Until he fucking put Blobby World in it and tanked it.
Fucked it, ruined it.
I'm part of this.
How?
No, you're right. There's
certainly like a before Blobby World and an after Blobby World vibe going on there, isn't there? And like,
it's
night and day, isn't it? Night and day.
It's night and day. But what exists of Dobble's theme park now, as in all of the kind of infrastructure, the buildings, all that, like, is it all just been taken down?
So in its place is a thing called Southern Holiday lets, and basically is like a load of holiday lets. Where the car park was, I think that's all just like holiday lets, and there's another bit further down which would have been if you got in the train and gone where the spiral right near the road, there used to be like a sort of spiral slide. A bit further down there's like a sort of artsy place. I would love to think that there's like some of that stuff stayed, and like there's a little train that just like a little train just lives on, but
like those things where like post-apocalyptic worlds where like skyscrapers are covered in vines and stuff. I'd love to think that there's like a woodland adventure park, a giant Blobby statue, like some kind of post-apocalyptic kind of god who's just decaying, and
what would the aliens say when they turn up and be like, what is this about?
Or the archaeologists, because when they go digging around Dobble's theme park, they're going to find,
it seems like their god was a big pink blobby.
Yeah, it's really strange. This is seemingly the only part of the UK which revered this kind of big pink god.
Phallic god, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing, isn't it? I used to love Double's theme park. It was the tits.
It was.
And I can't believe how many people I know work there. If I'd known that all these people worked there, I would have been tapping all you people up, being like, get me in cheap. Get me train tickets. Whatever it was.
Well, I was Daniel Southern, whose grandparents owned it, was in my tutor group. I was buttering him up.
Yeah, and I'm friends with you. And what did that lead to?
Yeah,
nothing. No additional.
All of this friendship, all of this time we spent together enjoying each other's company.
Wasted.
Nothing.
No theme park entry for me. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good times.
I once had the weirdest interview I ever had, and it was like properly odd. Was I went for an interview for this charity when I was like, I don't know, 22, 23, and it was an education charity that like did work in the UK and abroad, and I read up about it, and like I think like Prince William was like one of the patrons, and it did like loads of good work. It seemed like a really like worthwhile thing to be doing. And I got a call to say you've got the interview. So, but they didn't say anything more about what the interview process would entail. So my assumption was that I was going to go and sit in a room with some people, and they were going to ask me about me and about the organisation, and you know how I would fit and that kind of thing. And the first alarm bell started ringing when I got there, and there was about 70 people or more milling around, all going, "Are you here for the interview? Are you here for the interview?" And it quickly transpired that the interview was so someone came out. It was like a kind of game show. Someone came out and went, "Welcome to the interview." I thought like. And they basically said there's going to be a series of challenges and group tasks throughout the day. So it's a whole day interview, potentially. Wow. So like,
did anybody just leave at that moment?
No, because I really wanted this job, or at least I really didn't want the job I currently had. So they said there's going to be a series of like group tasks throughout the day and individual tasks, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to whittle it down, you know, as it goes. So kind of X Factor styley. And the first thing they had us do, and this just shows like the app, like how absolutely rock bottom my my confidence and self-worth was. We all had to. I should have walked out first 30 seconds.
You have to do your best stripped out with a pole.
It was worse than that, Russ, because they had us all stand in a circle, well, about 4 different circles, and there was a facilitator in each circle. So, and we were just kind of doing it, you know, within our kind of little groups, and they would play music, and you had to, and they said, right, this is just a little bit of fun to get us started. We're all going to go around one by one. We're going to do a little bit of dancing, and then when it comes to you, you're going to jump into the circle, and you're going to say, "My name is," and you're going to say something like an adjective with the first letter of your name. So, I'll start. Don't worry about it. Hi, jump. My name's Dancing Dave, and then you know. I could not believe it, but also I had a fucking.
I thought I nailed it actually
because I was like, "What can I?" I was thinking,
Jack off Joe.
Got to say something fun. Like all I could think of was jumping.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, what are other things beginning with J? I don't want to say joking. Don't want to say jacking off.
Jack.
I don't want to say like so.
Jack Joe.
So I did it. I jumped in. I went. I'm Jumping Joe. Oh man, and like my heart was that. And then the next task. So bear in mind, like I'd spent like the last day reading all of their reports on, you know, the statistics of the stuff that you know of what they'd achieved with the educational charity, what their work was, what their remit was. I'd like printed off like I don't know. Hundreds of pages of the stuff, the reports, and the, you know, from the various projects that were on their website. So I knew all of this stuff. Did it come up? Did it fuck? The next thing was you all had to, in groups of 5, you were given a word, like a noun, like ours was toilet, and this was to show group. How you worked in a group together, and you all, as a 5, had to use your bodies collectively to make that thing. So, you know, someone would do that for the toilet, someone would be the cistern, someone would be the flush. That was the next task.
I really want to know how far you got down the line in this job interview process.
I'll tell you. I got through the first 2.
You got Jumping Joe and toilet done.
Yeah, I got Jumping Joe and toilet.
This guy's got style.
And then they said, "Can you write us an appraisal of our new business model?" And you're like, "Right, I'm out."
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. The task after that was we in groups of like 4, we had to talk about who our dream dinner party guests would be, or something like that, and we had to collectively agree as a group of 4 who are like, isn't this insane?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what has any of this got to do? And then and then the next thing, so none of this stuff was to do with the educational charity. And then eventually I did another 2 tasks, much in the same vein. And then they said, so I got through those bits, and they don't. Some people had already been cut by that point. And then I got through another couple, and they called us all into a big hall, and they said, if we read your name, you're through to the final round. If we don't read your name, you're out.
Fuck off.
So, X Factor style. They didn't read my name, so I was like, okay, that's probably the worst day I've had in quite some time. And then they said, we can give you feedback if you want. And I thought, yeah, what feedback are you going to give about me being a toilet? Like, what about my cistern action wasn't up to snuff for your charity? So I went and got feedback, and they said, "You're a bit."
Can't wait to hear this feedback.
They said you're a bit too chatty in the task where you all had to collectively decide who would be your dream dinner party guests.
Chatty Cathy over there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just, oh man, that was like, not only was it completely humiliating, but I didn't get the job. So it was like, but it was the most, I still to this day don't have any idea what on earth they thought they were doing. It was,
that's so strange.
It's the power of like A, group suggestion and crowds, and B, just kind of money in a job. Because everyone collectively went, yeah, all right, I'll jump.
This is great. Yeah, this looks right. This looks right.
Well, Dancing Dave did it, so I suppose.
No, I think you're right. Groups are so much more malleable than individuals in that way. I think my brother did a really weird one like that. I have to ask him about it, but I remember him coming back and saying something like, I had to tell them which animal I was and how I would kill another animal. It was like they got really into these very strange scenarios where I think people were taking it serious, but 80% were taking it seriously, and then 20% were just taking the piss. And I don't know how you do it with a straight face. Like, so what's yours? Yeah, it was like, what's your spirit animal, and why? Start off with that, and if your spirit animal, had to survive, how would it survive? And then just getting into very weird, unusual, unrelated to job territory.
What is your spirit animal, Russ?
What is my spirit animal?
And if you were, and how would you kill another animal as your spirit animal? How would you kill the spirit of another animal with your spirit animal?
See, when you don't know what the follow-up question's going to be, no one, when they say, "What's your spirit animal?"
Oh, butterfly.
Kill a great white shark, like massive, because that sounds insane. But then when they say, "And how would you kill another animal?" If you said like great white shark, you'd just be like,
"You gonna say hello?"
Just kill everything.
Hello.
Hi, Rachel.
Hello, Rachel.
Well, my spirit animal would probably be a flamingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how would you kill? What would be your favourite animal to kill as a flamingo?
How would you survive?
Salmon. Right? What do flamingos eat?
Something like
they eat kind of little
pink things.
Little pink things in the water, shrimpy kind of things.
I think it would be more of a practical kill than a like fun kill or anything.
Okay, so, if you had to kill a great white shark as a flamingo, how would you go about that?
Start at the beginning. The first
Peck
24 hours.
Give it a really, really good pecking.
Take out a contract.
Nice.
Pay another killer shark to do it.
And what would be your spirit animals?
Do I have to kill another animal as my spirit animal?
Well, yeah. Go on, Dan. You start.
It would be.
Can't be a flamingo, mate.
Oh, right. Well, that's bullshit. I'll come back to me. I'll have a think.
Volcano.
Yeah, nice.
It's not an animal.
What?
Wait a minute.
It is the way I do it, mate.
Dave?
Spirit animal, some kind of
Dolphin?
mono-celled amoeba, I think. Or a virus. Yeah, I'll be a virus.
The virus.
The animal virus.
You could be like E. coli or something.
Yeah, Ebola, one of those.
One of the good ones. One of the good fun ones.
To be fair, they could kill populations of animals.
Yeah, you'd be set up for question 2. How would you survive? Very easily.
Spread.
I would thrive. Not just survive, my friend. I would thrive by killing other creatures, infesting their dead corpses.
I think I would be the flying squirrel. You know, the one with the like wingsuit?
Yeah.
Because you got all the bases covered, haven't you? Only not water. But you got a lot of sort of skin for if you were swimming.
You got a lot of skin.
You got a lot of skin. I mean, basically, like skin to person ratio is good.
And ultimately, that's all any of us want. Is more skin.
More skin in the game. Absolutely. I mean, right now, this area is wasted.
Yeah.
Between here and there, what about now? We could be really maximising this.
Have you thought about inquiring about surgery options?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for some skin, sort of like from here to here, that can handle some flight.
Look, I know this is a bit of a cliche. You're probably bored of hearing this. You get it all the time. But can you give me some squirrel wings?
I'm looking for a human wingsuit.
They are available.
Yeah, a French guy who
Jacques
had a wingsuit and was certain that he could fly with it. Jumped off the Eiffel Tower,
splat,
died.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to end it. Yeah, I
don't know what is wrong with people. No,
thank you.
Not today.
Yes, I think that I can't think of any other job interview situations. It wasn't necessarily job interviews, was it? It was more overplaying your hand and then being immediately caught out for having a 5 and a 3.
The other thing that I was wondering is the flip side of this, which is like, have you told a big barefaced lie and then just got away with it? Like they just believe you.
I like in terms of like barefaced lies. I being a chartered surveyor, I don't really enjoy talking about what I do for a living because I feel like it's really boring. So when I meet new people in situations where I know I'm not likely to see them again, I enjoy making up random professions and seeing what I can get away with.
What's your best profession?
What's your go-to?
Well, I think
is it different ones each time?
Yeah.
Architect?
Yeah.
Architect?
No, it's got to be something really niche.
Trolley pusher.
What?
Trolley pusher.
At a festival once, Rob and I told some people that we met that are, because we were there at the setup, before the kind of main festival's open. Obviously, most people there are working. What are you doing? Well, stewarding, building this, building that. Rob and I's job, where we were there to look after the bees' nests in the woods at the festival. Which, being a festival out in the country, it's like look after.
I mean, you've already failed because they're called hives.
Well, yeah. Are they called hives? I really ought to know this, being an expert. So we strung it along as long as we could, and the initial reaction is, that's ridiculous. But then it starts to become, as like I said, bullshit baffles brains. It starts to become more feasible the deeper you go into it, and the straighter you keep your face. And then we kind of finished off. Like, oh, okay, like good to meet you. Like I'm Kate Smith, and I just put out my hand and went, Dave Hornet, nice to meet you.
Dave Hornet. Oh, that is a lovely name.
I think the other one.
Hornet by name, Hornet by nature.
Yeah, give you a sting. The one that I always remember was meeting a girl and doing the kind of so what do you do thing. And I said that the big pylons you see out in the countryside, I
Invented
them.
But where all the year 7 boys are just absolutely hammering some kid at the bottom.
Pylon.
Yeah, I like getting involved in. No, I'm not going to say that.
I like to find a group of year 7s.
You know, pylons. I start those.
And I fucking finish them.
I'm a professional pylon. Just whenever there's a crowd, I can pylon.
Last one was
I mean,
brilliant. 10 dead.
I feel like there's a bit less jeopardy with those ones because I think also I don't know if it's Rob's influence, but I do remember going to a number of parties and persuading people that I was Tony Hart's son for a
That's great
6-month period, and to no real advantage, to be honest.
Still like people go,
oh shit.
Okay, so
Nice. Well, fucking hell. Morph?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It needs to be not so amazing that it's believable, but in being not so amazing, it's really not that interesting. That's the problem with the lie like that.
I'm going to have to shoot, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
What?
it's
What?
time for me to go as well.
This is late, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, gents, lovely to catch you for our quarterly, monthly catch up. And this has been Slapback Chat Frat. Catch you again. Kapow.
Thank you. Say hi to your housemate, Dave. Thanks for the guest appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want a scarf update.
Yeah, scarf cam. I'll let you know.
And we need next time Greece's big issue. What's the big issue in Greece?
Okay.
What's it all about?
Regular guest spot. Greece time.
Let's get greasy. Let's get greasy next time.
We can have a section called "Greece is the Word" where we discuss
Yeah.
hot topics in Greece. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
get
that's
greasy.
good. Greece is the word. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta make a call. I'll speak to you again. All right.
Oh,
Gotta
Good night.
Gotta make it cool. Gotta make
Alright.
it cool.
Okay,
Talk to you later.
Don't let us stop you.
I've got Tokyo on the line.
Dad.
All right.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.